Yeah, I wait till the picture comes up. Hey, welcome back. We got disconnected because my router hates me sometimes. Anyway, I was telling, boy, get off your phone.
Never. I have no idea what
We're
I'm.
doing a show. Get off your phone.
We're doing it live.
um, no,
Like,
but like, so, what was I was telling my bank story. I was talking to the cute banker lady, and I was
oh,
like,
that was something that actually happened.
yeah,
I thought
this.
you were doing a bit.
I know this like actually happened.
Oh,
No, I was talking to her and I was like, "Yeah, can I get like some? I need like this much money and like half of it in quarters, cause to bus fare for work for like the next 2 weeks until I get paid again." But I had forgotten to specify that I needed like the other half to be in ones, not just like a bunch of random bills. And I got all embarrassed because I forgot to mention it. So when I tried to mention it, I got all tongue tied, and I was like, "Heads up, that." And then I turned around and asked if I could get some English lessons, and then she left. And that's my big story.
well.
uh,
And what do you learn from that experience?
uh, to that if you find yourself in an embarrassing situation, crack a joke.
Yeah.
It's very good for diffusing
Unless you
situations.
fired at a funeral, in which case maybe just step back or something.
There was blood, fox, a severed head, and the cheese was to die for.
There was a fox.
Skyrim, do you not remember that?
No, I'm surprised by that because I don't remember Skyrim having any foxes.
Well, he's a freaking Daedra. You think he only hangs out in Tamriel? He exists everywhere.
Goes to the wherever foxes are.
Just cuts to him hanging out with like Raynor from
Dude,
Fables.
what if in that setting, like something very specific that's normal in our world is only found in one part of like the realms of Oblivion? So it's like, yes, this is a raccoon. They're seen only in the Shivering Isles.
It just says his bear.
It just says bear.
It's just bear.
It's just
This
bear.
country's weird.
I gotta say, one of my favorite, like, there was a lot of interesting stuff in the Shivering Isles. One of my favorite, like, concepts was the shambles. Because they're like, hey, what if you took, like, bones and you made an undead creature out of them, but instead of, like, just the bones of a creature like a skeleton, you
Okay,
just put a
wait.
whole bunch of bones together and make a monster, like a monster
Okay, but
art
like,
exhibit out of bones.
okay, but is that Skyrim or is that a different Elder
That
Scrolls game?
is Oblivion.
Because I only
But
played
I
Skyrim,
really
so
want them
I don't.
I
I'm
would want
not
them
gonna
to put that in
understand
Skyrim.
any reference you try to drop
Well,
on
that's
me.
why
That's not fair.
well, that's why I'm explaining it though. It's basically like this. It's basically like a humanoid monster, except like it's got like 3 upper arm bones and 3 lower arm bones, and its hips are made out of like multiple hip bones and stuff. And basically, it's just a big bony creature made out of bones that have been sort of twined together.
Well, that's disturbing.
Yeah, it's a really cool monster concept, and I think its head is mostly just like a cow head or something.
Huh. Well, we've no time to waste. I'm not fucking
Hold on,
examining this
I
room.
need to observe my office to make sure nothing's out of place.
It's a nice day. That nothing ever changes.
There is a slight
room.
possibility that someone has stolen something here. They've replaced it with a perfect replica, which means I can still get the insurance money.
What?
Dude, what if that was a thing?
I don't.
Like, if someone... Like,
What,
if someone
insurance
does steal
fraud?
something and replace it with almost identical replica, can you get the insurance for it?
So like insurance
If
fraud.
it's insurance. Well, yeah, because if someone did steal something, you have like a relatively similar copy, but you didn't buy that copy. The thief left it there. So like, how does that work? The hard part would be making sure that like the insurance company takes you seriously instead of being like, bruh, you didn't just have someone like pick this up and put something there. It's like, well, I don't have it now. I don't know how that sort of insurance would work.
I don't know, but that'd be crazy. I don't get it, Maya.
What don't you get?
What? Donkey death? What?
What don't you get?
Oh.
I don't get it. There was supposed to be a door hole right here in the
Door
treehouse.
So I'll go get the saw to cut open the door hole.
All right, then go get the power saw.
I see the problem.
Oh, do ya?
Why would... This stream brought to you by Drake and Josh.
we go to Cody Atkins. Oh, hey kid, what's your name? My name is Meh. Your name is Meh.
Dude, you know that scene in the movie where they like weren't on the chopper? Well, let's just do
Not
that.
be on the let's just not be on the helicopter. There, we saved the day. You know, some of those episodes are like, I feel like it's like a combination of weird animation and the visual medium, because it's really hard to explain to someone like the gag of oh yeah, we just have to silently take out the guards, and then just like a really like cheap version of like a first-person shooter HUD just pops up, and he just awkwardly like swings a sniper rifle around in first person.
That's pretty good.
We'll distract the guards with these. Are those Christmas ornaments? Yeah. What are they gonna do? Watch. There's the Christmas ornaments. Guard number 1. What? Are those Christmas ornaments? Yeah. What are they doing here? That was a strong reaction. I'm not paid to deal with this! And he just quits.
White people, black people, white people, black people, white people, black people. All the same.
It was a bit they did.
The anti-racism song?
The anti-racism song.
Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Try saying that 5 times fast.
We need to find out why Mr. Hammer would steal
Boozer.
Samurai's costume.
Boozer, we gotta find out why this guy was one to steal Steel Samurai costume. Boozer, the Rippers are stealing the Steel Samurai costume.
What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the... Wait, hold on. Oh, right, because she was basically out. That's the sad thing, is that she doesn't seem to remember very much of what she's like up to in spirit form, which means that like she has to be caught up on the whole adventure.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't know that. Okay. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it?
The fuck? I don't know, Mia.
She's asking the right questions, though.
You think I got all the answers, Mia?
Now,
or Maya?
Here's my basic theory.
What's your basic theory? Lay it on me.
It's okay. So,
lay it on me, Broheim.
Okay, so,
Hammer
has been the evil magistrate for a while, and he wants to get into, you know how Old Bag was saying that like he used to be this big thing, and he wants, and now he's usually as like villains or secondary roles. Well, what if he wanted to get in on the costume and be like, look, I can be the next Steel Samurai?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, which like on one hand makes sense, but also like you would have to pitch it for another show, because it would be way too obvious if you brought in the guy who plays the evil magistrate as the Steel Samurai.
Right.
Actually, no, it wouldn't be obvious, because the Steel Samurai wears a mask all the time.
Huh. Does the evil magistrate wear a mask?
I don't know. But like, that's the funny thing. It wouldn't matter what it, like, his face looks fine, but it's weird because according to lore, he's like, Old Bag was like, his face, it's all weird. And I'm like, but it's not. It's just got a regular face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we have to find out.
Which is weird because we know like the art style of the series can like vary a lot, so he could have like a super weird face if they were trying, but he doesn't. He's just got a regular face.
Just a really normal looking face. What? Oh, that's you.
And the Steel Samurai wears a mask, so I don't know where the connection would be there. You just always have the mask on.
I don't know.
What happened to the director's testimony?
Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Which means that the killer has to be one of them.
Really? Why?
Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is.
What?
The Return of the Eggfest.
I'm wondering how they got the body over to Studio 1.
I don't know, probably a forklift or something.
What? No, I mean, because they would have had to get it over there by 2:30 and get back before the tree fell over.
I don't know.
Because I can believe that they could still like clamor over the tree or whatever. I mean, this whole time we've been assuming that they just play by Firewatch rules and just can't. But I can believe that they could clamor over the tree on their own, but not with like a body.
I don't know, man.
And they'd be able to do it without getting a picture taken because they're on the opposite end of the camera. They can move from Studio 1 to 2 as much as they want without getting picture shot.
Oh no, Dora, you're the one with the map. You tell me.
We got the map. I can show you Studio 1 and Studio 2.
Look. Here's the map. See, Studio 2, right there. Bam,
Bam.
found it.
For those at home, that's what I'm talking about here. Is that you can go from Studio 1 to Studio 2 without crossing the gate.
Right.
Not to be confused with the main gate, which doesn't have any business in the studio really.
Yeah. Was Maya always this excitable?
I'm thinking really loudly.
Well, have you noticed anything that might help us?
I can't see what's going on when Mia's there. When Mia's in here. So no, I haven't noticed anything.
Right.
Why do I have steak in my pocket?
More steak means more cow.
Maybe we should go talk to Whoop.
Whoop powers. Right.
Yeah, that's right. Because I don't think Mia ever called him Whoop. I don't think she ever called him WP.
I don't think she did either.
Only Maya does.
The WP is just one letter away from WB.
Da, 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 da. I thought that's what you were saying.
I don't know. How does...
It's kind of amazing how it's... Like, some of the more interesting stuff out of, like, anything Warner Brothers does is when Warner Brothers remembers that they own the copyrights to, like, half of fiction.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you know how we're doing, I don't know, like, a Batman production? Let's just reel in, I don't know, Daffy Duck. Like, they can do that if they want.
Batman and Daffy Duck team up? Ah, dude.
Look, you can have Green Lantern and Daffy Duck, and Daffy Duck is like, ah, yes, well, I was in space once as Duck Dodgers. So I was like, well, now you'll be the Green Lantern, which is a real Lego figure.
Did you see that when Daffy Duck was hanging out with the Green Lanterns? That, like, actually happened.
I did not see the cartoon,
was,
but I
Duck
did
Dodgers.
see the Lego figure.
Man, dude, I watched Duck Dodgers all the time when I was a kid. It was one of my favorites.
The Green...
I always loved it when they took, like, Warner Brother characters and did, like, a superhero spin to them. That's why I actually really liked Looney Tunes Unleashed, even though, like, no one else did, and it lasted for, like, 2 seasons.
I really want... I want that, I want that moment where, I can't remember. That moment where what's-her-name is talking about how she's driving around and she's about to hit a guy who looks just like Bugs Bunny, and then Bugs Bunny turns around
Lola?
and she sees a car barreling down on him. I want that, except I wish that was a whole show. I know that what show it comes from, but the rest of the show isn't really like that. That's like one of the better, more like amusing moments, but I wish like more of the show was like that.
Yeah.
It's really interesting seeing like, have you ever, did I ever talk on the show about Zig and Sharko?
No.
It's fascinating. After this.
Yeah.
Allow me to tell you about Zig and Sharko. Have you got anyone in the comments? I mean, in the Twitch comments right now?
Not currently, no.
I was gonna say, just type that in later so I can remember.
Yeah. Dude, I don't like his weird top bit of chest hair poking out of his shirt.
He's actually hiding a Furby.
Oh, man.
Like a stuffed bear.
He looks like Wolverine's long-forgotten lost uncle.
Yeah. He's got sideburns.
He's got sideburns for
He's
days.
kind of a liony looking guy.
Yeah.
Do the thing!
October 19, the
I need some water.
Tention Sintier
The cup's over
Visitar Ram. Mr. Wright! That wasn't his voice. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm getting water.
Oh. Man, we're doing a show here, dude. Mr. Wright, you did. That wasn't his voice either. What voice did I give him?
You always described him as Cowardly Lion, but I don't know how that actually goes.
I don't know. I feel like my voice for this guy keeps changing. Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears?
Full of a lot of feelings.
Well, I have so many
Wow, Nick, you
feelings.
must have really wowed him in there.
Yeah, and could you wipe that grin off your face?
Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I like music that goes like this. La 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 la.
I feel like I remember that.
Fred Burger.
I know Fred
Billy
Burger.
and
Fred Burger was like my jam
Yeah,
back
I
in
know.
the Fred Burger era.
Yeah,
of
dude, I went to
Cartoon
high
Network.
school with you. I know what your jam was.
Dude, I managed to get really good at like drawing him. Like this is like he's just an elephant. He's just a bright green elephant with two little like horns with stripes on them.
When do we all get gavel thingies?
When do we get little hammer thingies?
When do we get the little
No,
hammer
I'm the
thingies?
judge only. I get.
So we don't get hammer. I wanted to hammer so I could make some nice stuff like a table, maybe some chairs.
Fred Burger.
Fred Burger, aspiring carpenter.
Though there's not really anything I can do to help, is what the line was.
I'm not really sure what I can do either. Hello, Curly.
I have no idea what I'm
Let's get
doing
the
with my
cactus
life.
in the room. Honey.
Please, this is no laughing matter. We got a cat. Curly cute. He's all hanging out at a distance, like, no, I'm gonna smell this stuff over here. Curly? Hi, buddy. We got this cat. He's like really
Have you seen
sick.
this cat?
He's on like 5 different medicines because he's got a fifey.
He's got the cat AIDS.
He was a
cat.
Yeah, he was a very sick creature when we first found him, but you wouldn't know it now.
He's looking a lot heftier.
Yeah, he's a lot heftier because he's on medicine now, which means he's been like gaining weight. He's missing all his teeth because they all had to get pulled because he had like ulcers in his mouth. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So he's just a toothless cat.
Give him some cyber teeth.
Yeah, it's really funny if you go over and you like mess with him and you like grab his face, and he'll grab your arm and like try gnawing on your hand. So he's just like gumming you. And he's like, oh no, the pain.
Well, sir. Now I know a little bit about this cat.
He's a
All right,
cat.
let's. Do you think if we hit examine, we'll learn something new about the card in the corner of the room?
I don't know. Let's find out. This card monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in awe of Will Powers.
He just got back from a tour in Antigua.
He's just
For what he can't say.
He's just Grimble from Fables. You remember Wolf Among Us? You remember the security guard that was like in that office when you went into your apartment? And he was always sleeping.
I remember him I remember his name from the comic.
Yeah,
I
he was.
remember Bigby saying, "You'd be surprised how much he remembers while he's sleeping."
Yeah. That's Grimble. He's a goblin. A goblin.
Huh.
It's pretty neat. Or no, he's a troll.
Will, where did you go? He was right here, I swear. No, look.
Oh yeah,
When
he's
you're
just
examining
gone
the
now.
room, his sprite
He's
disappears.
just gone now. He had to go. His lions needed him. Man, there's no point to ever examining this room. This is like the one room that doesn't need an exam.
Just like have it that when he disappears, there's like weird writing behind him.
Oh god, that would be spooky. Producer Vasquez, could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius.
A genius. She's been
surgery on a grape.
performed. You said that earlier in an earlier stream.
It was amazing. They got robot arms and they performed surgery on the
Yeah.
grape.
Yeah.
I heard that. I think the grape's doing pretty well now.
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but then she picked it up and made it shine. And
And what?
no, nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors, anyhow. Director Manila.
Look,
Correct.
the rumor was that she actually gets the power of charisma from her vampire house, which is how this game ties into Vampire Bloodlines. Thank you, everyone. We can wrap it up. I managed to reel this game back into Vampire Bloodlines.
I need to find a way.
Everybody can go home.
Internet's over, we won.
It's just the black iris. Just kidding, we're back in the stream. I just have to make that joke every once in a while. The trick is connecting it no matter how like sparse it is.
What's that?
The trick is connecting it no matter how sparse it is. Like, you could be like if you were playing like, I don't know, Days Gone, and I'd be like, I don't know how I'd improv that, but it would be like a whole bit where I'd try to link up a bunch of coincidences and be like, ah, yes.
Zombies are actually ghouls being commanded by various vampire lords throughout the realm.
That might actually work.
Right?
Yeah. This whole engine, and Nero is just an extension of the vampire's reach.
No, everyone in Nero is secretly a vampire. That's why they wear those big containment suits.
Yeah,
all
you
the
never
time.
see their faces.
Yeah,
you never
man,
know.
it shields them from the sun.
They would shield them from the sun.
Yeah. My sister's looking at me
Great,
like I'm
now
a
he's
crazy
just-
person.
Also, John Wick, definitely thematically very close to Vampire Bloodlines. John Wick himself is just a very high-level human. He's got a ton of points and things.
Nah, it turns out he's actually a vampire.
No, he's not a vampire. That's the
He's
main
half
thing.
vampire.
What?
He's half vampire.
That's the
Don't
main
you know that John Wick is secretly half vampire?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that
He's Blade's long-lost cousin.
in this specific setting, what I'm saying is that he's not a vampire, but he is allowed to take like way more class levels than the average person. That's why he's just so skilled in
Because
ability
he's
things.
half vampire.
No, he's just got
Blade's
he's a high-
long-lost secret cousin.
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 Man, you ever had Swedish cousin? It's a perfect dessert
Ah,
after
dude.
fabula.
Bring
you
it
know
back
you're
to
at
the
a fancy
Swedish.
restaurant when they put like a little bit of that like garnish on the top. They know you're not gonna eat it.
Yeah, right?
They put 2 garnishes on the pleasant one.
Just boop, boop.
It's extra fancy.
Dude, you ever had caviar?
No,
Me neither.
I don't think I ever will. It's fish eggs.
It's one of those things that I will never try.
What
Right
if
up
you're
there
like,
with
hey,
meals.
this is like chicken caviar. It's just a pile of hard-boiled
Well, okay,
eggs.
but like, are they fertilized fish eggs?
I don't think so. I think they're just fish eggs, but so they're just eggs.
I mean, fuck, dude, if you can eat chicken eggs, why not fish eggs?
From my perspective, it's that it's such a big difference from land poultry to an aquatic creature. You know, I mean, fish eggs don't have like a hard shell or anything. I don't know. I don't like any. I don't really want to eat any part of the life cycle of a fish.
Do you just not like fish?
I don't particularly know.
Dude, fish are awesome. I love sushi.
Is it, like,
Sushi's great.
aren't the best fish the ones that are not fishy?
There's...
Is there
I'm
anything
trying to
fishy
work-
going on here? Oh no, it's all burgery in here. My
It
friend
reminded
was
me of a...
watching media the other day. And
It reminded me of a really funny joke that I made once when I was hanging out with some other people. It was a highly inappropriate joke.
well, then don't tell it, and we'll continue.
But it was funny.
Your
inappropriate
line.
joke. Your line, please. Whose line is it anyway? Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manala? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. He did, like, all those weird, direct-to-video sequels, especially with Disney. He had a lot of business with Disney.
Dude, you know, if someone did that, we'd never know. Because you're already in like a niche market, but then also like you don't really remember the credits at the end of like a weird sequel to direct-to-video sequel.
Nah.
Ah, yeah, he did Wrong Turn 2 through 5.
He did Cinderella 2, and he did like Little Mermaid 2, and then he did Beauty and the Beast. Just a lot of.
I just realized that Frozen 2 is going to be one of the like sequels that was like
in theaters
and better, or supposed to be better, like on purpose.
Right. Well, as it turns out, Salmonella really hit his break when he did Cinderella 3, The Twist in Time, which is, you know, the good sequel.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And that's how Salmonella became a samurai director.
That's when he finally was given a name. See, people don't know this, but when you start out as a director, you must be Alan Smithy, and then if you've created a good work, the other directors gather and they give you a name.
Alan Smithy is actually just the name you use when you first start
it's just your larval state name. I don't know what the term is. That's what they give you.
You think I don't know what a key grip is? You're a best boy at best.
At best.
Why
is he called the best boy?
I don't know. All I can tell you is that my dog is the bestest boy. And so are your dogs.
And just pans over to the side of the studio. There's your dog at the camera. When this gets on YouTube, folks in the comments, please explain what is a best boy precisely. Like,
yeah,
more specifically, if you've got like experience in the field, because the personal perspective on it will be actually really informative.
Yeah. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye.
Probably the plot gestures with his hands as if talking about moves.
Right? She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. Yeah, it's what you get when you touch raw meat. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high, and all that. I am suddenly picturing some very inappropriate things that I don't want in my head right now.
Stop right there.
I wish I could.
No.
I've
read your fanfic.
Can we just like open up the next video with us reading some like Phoenix Wright fanfiction?
I mean, if Phoenix Wright fanfiction was was everything, but if Phoenix Wright fanfiction like exists in any amount, I would say it's got to start with Phoenix and Mia, but the next step over has got to be like Phoenix and Vasquez, or just
I would read that.
Vasquez, because Vasquez just is really hot.
Yeah, Vasquez is a woman that I would like to have sitting on my face.
Relentlessly attractive. So,
I can imagine him being at her beck and call though I can't imagine him jumping.
Does a front flip and parkour onto the ground. Think again!
Kyle Crane up in here. I was wondering... Oh, that's you.
I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah, oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
So I was thinking about Nicolas Cage or something. How could you do that? Which is funny because like you look at Nicolas Cage.
Just get to Nicolas
Cage. The funny
Cage.
thing about Nicolas Cage though is that you're like, oh yeah, he's been in like I guess like smaller productions or whatever, but no, he's still the main character though in all sorts of movies, which is a funny thing. Like you think like he's getting work. I feel like that's like.
Did you see Mandy?
No, and I still
I-
haven't even seen the review of it.
I have not one.
Just
I
I've seen a
have
few
not-
seconds of it. and
Yeah,
that he's really good at like going through like
Yeah.
a spectrum of
I like.
emotions.
I've saw a review of Mandy, but I haven't seen Mandy itself. But I actually really want to because like I was watching a review of it, and they're like singing Nick Cage's praises in this movie because like
Oh yeah.
the whole movie is just him going from one emotion to another, and like there's this one scene where he like loses his girlfriend or whatever, and he just like starts yelling frantically, and then like just a few short seconds he's gone through like the entire emotional spectrum of grievances with having just lost his girlfriend to the point where he's like, I'm gonna fuck these people up.
Yeah, he goes through all 5 stages of grief, and then he goes through 4 stages of grief, the multiple stages of grief. He reaches anger, I think, and then it's like, well, there's the movie.
Yeah. I really want to see that movie. Some point, but not at like nighttime though, because it's a very weird, spooky looking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, you read that.
really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. Samurai Autumn.
Dude, so the sequel to Samurai Summer, you got better luck with getting a sequel to Half-Life.
Dude, what if you had a series that was like Samurai Summer, and the sequel was Samurai Autumn, and there was Samurai Spring, or sorry, Samurai Winter, then Samurai Spring, and they're like, oh, well, the story is finally finished, and you go Samurai Summer too.
It's just like a samurai version of the Avatar,
Well, as in specifically,
the Avatar series.
well, more specifically that it goes through the seasons once each time, and then the numbers start.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, the actual plot, it's basically, like, just a samurai guy that gets reincarnated into different elements that he wields.
Oh,
with
that's what
his
you were going
sword.
for. Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, like, in one life, his sword is made out of, like, water, and then another one, it's just a big old fire sword.
And an air sword, it's just like a high-pitched sound.
You get an earth sword, and it's just like a stick of mud.
I mean, if it gets wet, maybe? No,
Or it's just like a really big rock
Man,
thing, but it doesn't actually
going
cut.
back to that whole samurai and western like thing. I really do like the idea of like a Legend of the Last Circus kind of deal, where like a circus like makes a big comeback as a cultural thing. In this world, we don't need circuses anymore. Well, I think they do.
What would it be called? It'd be like JoJo's Bizarre Circus.
What? No.
I don't know.
No, it would
Because
be,
JoJo's Circus is the name of a show. It was a kid's show.
It would probably be called like One and All.
Why?
Oh, because it'd be introduced as Welcome One and All. So it'd be called One and All.
Dude, I'd see that.
Yeah. And
Welcome
it'd probably like win an Oscar.
Just cuts to like Hugh Jackman. This is the greatest show.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It'd just be so hard to keep Hugh Jackman off the project. I'd be like, yes, you're perfect for this, but you just did it, you know? Okay, fine.
Oh man, Hugh Jackman as a
Look,
as
it
a
turns out that
voice
Hugh Jackman
talent.
was never meant to be Wolverine.
No, he was
He
meant
got
to be a
stuck being
singer.
as Wolverine, but his real calling was vaudeville.
Yeah,
Was singing and dancing.
yeah.
He's so much. Look, as Wolverine, he's a threat, but as an actor, he's a triple threat.
Yeah, he slice, he dice was most important. He sing real nice.
Thank you. Okay, well now you just need to do a thing where you bring in. No, I was gonna say bring in Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but he sings. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't want to do that because it's stop, leave him alone.
Man,
Please.
I like to imagine that like if DC and Marvel existed in the same universe, Wolverine and Batman would like secretly be amazing song artist type people. Like they'd have really good singing voices, and they would like get into singing
what I
contests
want-
in private.
No, what I want is you get one of those. Is it CW that does the DC shows?
Arrowverse shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you get your CWs together, and you do a Music Meister episode. Get all the actors to actually train in singing.
They did that.
They did?
That actually happened.
That actually
It was
happened?
like a whole musical episode. I think it was like 2 musical episodes.
I see
It was a
that.
2-part musical episode.
Just because, I mean, I feel like that could be a good. Would just be really.
That's actually a thing that happened.
And then Etrigan shows up and he's like, "Yeah, this is some weird magic shenanigans, and also I
Etrigan
already speak in rhyme, so you have no power over me."
Etrigan comes up and he's just like, "Let me introduce you to the art of rap."
What?
He just becomes like a hardcore rap artist.
Oh
like,
yeah, Etrigan,
like freaking
you'd think that
what was it?
Etrigan,
Batman Damned.
Considering that both his power and binding seems to be that he speaks in rhyme, that he'd just be really great at rap because he can't not rhyme.
Dude, if Etrigan became a song artist, he would just be like the DC's version of Eminem.
Because he's not from the hood?
No, because he's a great rap artist.
Oh. Thought you meant that he'd be like.
Eminem
I
was
thought he'd
just
be
a
standing in a
singer.
room and he'd be the guy who was in black. That's what I thought you were saying.
Oh no, I was
Because
just
he'd
talking
be
about like being a rap
whatever shade
artist.
of yellowish demon he is.
But I mean, I guess he is also a white character, so I guess that does sort of coincide.
What was he when he wasn't a big demon man?
I mean, when he's not a demon man, he's like some white knight, like some physically white knight dude from King Arthur's time. Merlin bonded the demon to him.
That's his dark secret. He makes it big in rap and tells a lot of like really heartfelt stories about like him fighting the demons in hell and how that changed his faith and outlook on life.
But like it's
But
very
like his
literal.
well, not only that, but the real secret is that like he's like, yeah, I used to be just this really white British guy or something from Arthurian times. And I mean, even if you believe me, it feels real dumb.
Man, I watched King Arthur pull that sword out of the stone.
It's just like, and there's just like an out with the man on the street. What do you think about Etrigan's new thing? I don't know. I don't really believe it. And this other person, I don't think this changes his music. How about you? I mean, he's been around for long enough, you know? He's changed. I mean, like he's really literally changed.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago.
Became a demon.
He just went and
Kind
became
of
a
evil
demon.
magistrate.
When he became a demon, then he became a rap artist.
Touch the stone and become a rapper. At least that's what I think. The other stone turns you into a doctor, I think.
He went and became a demon, and went and became a rap artist, and now like just like on the side, he runs like a pasta shop.
Oh, did he touch the pasta stone?
He's a rap artist that in his free time runs a pasta shop.
I'm trying to. The hard thing for that gag is that I can't imagine there's an outfit that goes with someone who specifically makes pasta. Like that's not an outfit. You can have like a chef hat or something, but I don't know. You'd have an apron that just says, I don't know, kiss the pasta. Well, I guess we're pasta chefs now.
There's pasta in this restaurant already.
Mom spaghetti.
Oh, spaghetti.
There's pasta in the restaurant already, and there's just like it's just like Eminem's mom looking on, and it's like Mom's regretty. He touched the pasta stone.
Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
Maybe she
5 years ago?
was one who changed it, and he was going to reappeal to Vasquez.
Maybe she's the killer. I don't know.
Well, what I'm saying is that what if he went to appeal to Vasquez and be like, "Hey, I want to be in the bigger roles," you know?
Good, it's old bag.
It's pronounced old big.
No, it's not. October 19 Global Stadas Mangate.
Nine gate.
Mangate.
I'm thinking very loudly. The old windbag sure is quiet today. I heard that. Yeah, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? think our guard's down.
This isn't a good sign. Yeah?
We can even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. I have an extra pocket for donuts.
More donuts means more pastries.
No, that's just.
He's like trying to become the doughboy.
Oh no.
More donuts means more doughboy.
You eat, you die.
Oh, okay.
Woo, she's alive.
Olmec? Olmec? Olmec?
Let's learn a few things, and then we gotta wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah. I was wondering about Vasquez,
Diva
the
Skez.
producer. Is she really as much of a diva as people let on?
Oh, the studio bigwigs love her.
Well, I mean,
So she always gets away.
I can think of two really good reasons why.
Stop.
Her directing skills
Yeah.
and her screenwriting.
I was gonna say no, she's the producer. So
Man, I don't know what
it would be
producers
more
do.
managing and finance skills.
Managing and finance. Yeah.
But you were really close to a Joker.
Yeah.
So she always gets away.
She seems bitter.
Right, I'm reading Maya's lines too. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry.
Okay, what about Director Manila? Can I ask you about Sam Manila, the director?
Sal, he's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it.
Just feed more and more images into my brain that I don't want.
I know. Just goes to the spit from the campaign podcast, and it's sexual.
It's sexual.
Even on a drawing of that, it's just the old guy, and he's just like, and it's sexual. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt?
Well, you
That
see,
doesn't make
Maya.
any sense, does it, Nick?
Well, you see, Maya. No, it doesn't, Maya. You're what? 16, 14? I don't even know how old you are.
17, as of whatever the last time she said.
Oh, well then she should have some idea of these things. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
not now and not now.
I don't know. About Mr. Hammer. Okay. Demon face.
I heard about what you said today,
What,
cheeky whippersnapper.
I didn't.
Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it,
That's not. But
calling him a criminal, a thief.
look, lady.
I won't forget this.
Man, I'm just trying to do my job here. Uh-oh. She's really pissed.
Oh, you said
this
the P word.
time. What?
Oh, I just didn't expect it.
Oh.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Ham would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume just so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
You know, I'm sure.
Like that's what I was looking for though. Why would he would need the costume to sneak by her for some reason?
Right? October 19, Studio 1 entrance.
Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2.
Right.
But why?
But why?
But why? Why? Be more constructive with your feedback. I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. And
I'm
we'll
sure
find that
we'll
out.
find out next time on People Orions.
We will find out next time on the next episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Are
I didn't ask what episode number it was this time.
Were you doing Patrick Warburton there?
No, I was just
Were you
gonna do
doing,
an
like-
announcer-y voice.
The serious voice. What episode was this? I don't know, like 20, 27? 26? I
Thank
think
you
this might
so much for joining
so
us.
far
I've been
be
Taylor.
our-
What?
I think this might so far currently be our longest running playthrough.
Yeah, it's also like our longest running playthrough. Our episodes got real hefty, which is nice and all, but like I realize now why like a lot of YouTubers like I now realize what my sort of maximum time would be if I was like YouTubing or what have you, which is like basically around the time I get here. It's a what is it like an hour and a half or whatever, and that's just
Yeah.
by then I have to pee. I don't want to like pause. Like you can't pause the stream. You don't want the stream to just be like going for a few minutes
Well,
just
see,
in silence.
that's like the advantage of having a co-host is that one of them, the one that's not peeing, can just be like, "Hey, let me entertain you with some stories of whatever. Here's a comic book I read." Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us.
I've been Taylor,
I've been Lou Jack.
and take care.
Stay awesome,
Have a beautiful day.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.